Hi everyone, it's Miss Drisko, and myself and Mrs. Velez are going to read Wonder with you guys. Now, Wonder is a very long book, so we're going to kind of take turns and read a little bit and put out kind of video by video, like a series. I don't have the book with me, it's in my classroom still. So I looked online at my local library to see if I could get the ebook. A lot of libraries now have a lot of resources online, so I recommend, even though a lot of them are closing, go online and see what ebooks you can download. You can do it on any platform. I have mine on my iPad, I've done it on my phone before, I've done it on my computer before. It's very user-friendly. So here's Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Now Wonder switches between perspectives. So each part has a different person kind of telling the story. So you start off with part 1, August. Chapter 1, Ordinary. I know I'm not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. I mean, sure, I do ordinary things. I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an Xbox. Stuff like that makes me ordinary, I guess. And I feel ordinary inside. But I know ordinary kids don't make other ordinary kids run away screaming in playgrounds. I know ordinary kids don't get stared at wherever they go. If I found a magic lamp and I could have one wish, I would wish that I had a normal face that no one could ever notice at all. I would wish that I could walk down the street without people seeing me and then doing that look away thing. Here's what I think. The only reason I'm not ordinary is that no one sees me that way. But I'm kind of used to how I look by now. I know how to pretend I don't see the faces people make. We've all gotten pretty good at that sort of thing. Me, Mom and Dad, Via. Actually, I take that back. Via's not so good at it. She can get really annoyed when people do something rude. Like, for instance, one time in the playground, some other kids made some noises. I don't even know what the noises were exactly because I didn't hear them myself, but Via heard. And she just started yelling at the kids. That's the way she is. I'm not that way. Via doesn't see me as ordinary. She says she does, but if I were ordinary, she wouldn't feel like she needs to protect me as much. And Mom and Dad don't see me as ordinary either. They see me as extraordinary. I think I'm the only person in the whole world who realizes how ordinary I am. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you're thinking, it's probably worse. Chapter 2, Why I Didn't Go to School. Next week, I start 5th grade. Since I've never been to a real school before, I'm pretty much totally and completely petrified. People think I haven't gone to school because of the way I look, but it's not that. It's because of all the surgeries I've had. 27 since I was born. The bigger ones happened before I was even 4 years old, so I don't remember those. But I've had 2 or 3 surgeries every year since. Some big, some small. And because I'm so little for my age, and I have other medical mysteries the doctors never really figured out, I used to get sick a lot. That's why my parents decided it was better if I didn't go to school. I'm much stronger now, though. The last surgery I had was 8 months ago, and I probably won't have any more for another couple of years. So many people in your life, so many people haven't had any surgeries at all. Can you imagine being how old you are and going through 27 of surgeries and having 3 or 4 every single year to like fix his face, fix other things that are wrong with him? It's a lot to think about. Mom homeschools me. She used to be a children's book illustrator. She draws really great fairies and mermaids. Her boy stuff isn't so hot though. She once tried to draw me Darth Vader, but it ended up looking like some weird mushroom-shaped robot. I haven't seen her draw anything in a long time. I think she's too busy taking care of me and Via. I can't say I always wanted to go to school because that wouldn't be exactly true. What I want was to go to school, but only if I could be like every other kid going to school, have lots of friends and hang out after school and stuff like that. I have a few really good friends now. Christopher is my best friend, followed by Zachary and Alex. We've known each other since we were babies, and since they've always known me the way I am, they're used to me. Do you think it's hard for him to make new friends? Would you have trouble making friends with someone who had a face not like yours, who had a lot different? When we were little, we used to have playdates all the time, but then Christopher moved to Bridgeport in Connecticut. That's more than an hour away from where I live here in North River Heights, which is at the top of Manhattan. That's in New York. and Zachary and Alex started going to school. It's funny, even though Christopher's the one who moved far away, I see him more than I see Zachary and Alex. They all have these new friends now. If we bump into each other on the street, they still are nice to me. They always say hello. I have other friends too, but not as good as Christopher and Zach and Alex were. For instance, Zach and Alex always invited me to their birthday parties when they were little, but Joel and Emma and Gabe never did. Emma invited me once, but I haven't seen her in a long time. And of course, I always go to Christopher's birthday. Maybe I'm making too big a deal about birthday parties. Chapter 3, How I Came to Life. I like when my mom tells this story because it makes me laugh so much. It's not funny in a way that's joking funny, but when my mom tells it, Via and I just start cracking up. So when I was in my mom's stomach, no one had any idea I would come out looking the way I look. Mom had had Via 4 years before, and that had been such a walk in the park, Mom's expression, that there was no reason to run any special tests. About 2 months before I was born, the doctor realized there was something wrong with my face, but they didn't think it was going to be bad. They told Mom and Dad that I had a cleft palate and some other stuff going on. They called it small anomalies. So cleft palate is when your lip, you see how it comes down just like this? It's when you're born not like that. Like there's a huge gap in your lip from your nose all the way down. So he had that. There were 2 nurses in the delivery room the night I was born. One was very nice and sweet. The other one, Mom said, did not seem nice or sweet. She had very big arms, and here comes the funny part, she kept farting. Like, she'd bring Mom some ice chips and then fart. She'd check Mom's blood pressure and then fart. Mom said it was unbelievable because the nurse never said, "Excuse me." Meanwhile, Mom's regular doctor wasn't on duty that night, so Mom got stuck with this cranky kid doctor she and Dad nicknamed Doogie after some old TV show or something. They didn't actually call him that to his face, though. But Mom says that even though everyone in the room was kind of grumpy, Dad kept making her laugh all night long. When I came out of Mom's stomach, she said that the whole room got very quiet. Mom didn't even get a chance to look at me because the nurse immediately rushed me out of the room. Dad was in such a rush to follow that he dropped the camera, which broke into a million pieces. And then Mom got very upset and she tried to get out of bed to see where they were going, but the farting nurse put her very big arms on Mom, trying to keep her down in the bed. They were practically fighting because Mom was hysterical and the farting nurse was yelling at her to stay calm, and then they both started screaming for the doctor. But guess what? He had fainted right on the floor. So when the farting nurse saw that he had fainted, she started pushing him with her foot to get him to wake up, yelling at him the whole time, "What kind of doctor are you? What kind of doctor are you? Get up, get up!" Then all of a sudden, she let out the biggest, loudest, smelliest fart in the history of farts. Mom thinks it was actually the fart that finally woke the doctor up. Anyways, when Mom tells this story, she acts out all the parts, including the farting noises, and it's so funny. Mom says the farting nurse turned out to be a very nice woman. She stayed with Mom the whole time, didn't leave her side, even after Dad came back, and the doctor told them how sick I was. Mom remembers exactly what the nurse whispered in her ear when the doctor told her I probably wasn't going to live through the night. Everyone born of God overcometh the world. And the next day, after I had lived through the night, it was that nurse who held my mom's hand when they brought her to meet me for the first time. Mom says by then they had told her all about me. She had been preparing herself for the seeing of me, but she says that when she looked down into my tiny, mushed up face for the first time, all she could see were how pretty my eyes were. Mom is beautiful, by the way. Dad is handsome. Via is pretty, in case you were wondering. So I'm going to pause right here. We'll continue later for the next chapter. Thanks for watching.